Good morning. My name is Logan Montague. My topic is on animal testing and why it's bad. First, I would like to thank God for giving me the strength and knowledge to help me complete my presentation. I would also like to thank my dad and mom, Dean Swinson, Dr. Winchester, and Mr. Simmons for helping me on the way. Throughout this presentation, I will be talking about the removal of the animals, how the animals are killed, why animal testing is unreliable, animals' rights, and lastly, the biblical perspective. Animal testing, sometimes called vivo testing, is a process of determining if certain medications, vaccines, and cosmetics are safe for humans by first experimenting with them on animals. Animal testing is bad because people remove animals away from their habitat, they kill the animals, and it's unreliable. The harmful usage of animals in experiments is not only cruel, but also ineffective. Each year, more than 110 million animals are killed from animal testing.
The presentation isn't moving. Okay.
The different types of animals that are used in an experiment are very common. Some may include cats, cows, dogs, ferrets, fish, guinea pigs, dogs, and many more. Animals are removed from their habitat and families. Animal testing should be eliminated because it violates animals' rights and also causes pain and suffering to experimented animals and other means of testing product toxicity and are available. Animals are subjected to tests that are often very painful or cause permanent damage or even death, and they are never given the option of participating in the experiment. When humans decide the fate of animals' rights are taken away without any thought of their well-being or quality of their lives. Most animals are killed at the end of an experiment, but some animals may be used again. According to Humane Society International, some ways animals are killed at the end of an experiment include forced chemical exposure and toxicity testing, oral force feeding, forced inhalation, skin or injection into the abdomen muscle, and etc. All procedures, even those classified as mild, have the potential to cause the animal's physical as well as distress suffering. Often the procedures can cause a great deal of suffering. Despite its immense of resources, the animal suffering involved, and its impact on human health, humans are harmed because of misleading animal testing results. Animals are very different from humans, making them poor test subjects. Testing on animals isn't always the best way. Animals feel pain in many of the same ways humans do, but that does not make them great test subjects. Animals testing does not reliably predict in human beings. Animal testing should not be allowed because it is very wasteful and unreliable. Also dangerous for the humans on the receiving end as well. It is cruel and brutal to make these poor animals suffer. In addition to creating more laws to protect animals' rights, we should put more effort into using other ways to test products that do not involve the use of animals or cause them any harm. According to Shireen Puff, some people may believe that there are laws to protect animals from mistreatment. Animals are protected from an act called the Animal Welfare Act, or the AWA, which is a federal law that regulates the treatment of animals in research and exhibition. However, animals such as rats, mice, fish, and birds are not protected by the AWA. The Animal Welfare Act should be modified so that it protects all animals used for scientific research. Proverbs 12:10 says, "The righteous care for the needs of their animals, but the kindest acts of wicked are cruel." This means that the godly people will show compassion and respect to animals, but the ungodly people will show cruelty towards animals and no respect. The Bible makes it clear that not only is cruelty to animals forbidden, but also that compassion and mercy to them are demanded of God by men. God doesn't want us to treat his animals with cruelty, and he doesn't want us to treat his creation horribly. He wants us to treat his creation with respect.
Mm-hmm.
In conclusion, animals do not deserve to die because of ineffective experiments. Animals do not reliably predict results in human beings. Animal testing should be banned. Humans do not have the right to imprison or harm animals. And lastly, animal testing is bad because people remove animals away from their habitat. They kill the animals and it's unreliable. Once again, animal testing is bad. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Logan. Good job.
Thank you.
And thank you for giving us something to think about. Because some of the information you shared, I was honestly not aware of the depth of animal testing. And now I think it makes more sense to me when I would see people protesting animal testing, like what they were really, really passionate about. So great job on bringing hopefully something that was little known more to light.
Thank you.
Okay? In the Bible, in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, God says that God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." Do you think people who may use that verse to say that animal testing is a good thing, do you think that they are on the right track, like it makes sense, or do you think that they have misrepresented that verse in the Bible?
I say no, because although that verse says that humans can control the lives of animals, it doesn't really give them the right to, test on them for unreliable research that will eventually be used on humans and for other research.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Good job.
Great presentation, Logan. I love this verse in Proverbs 12:10. I had to screenshot it. That's really good. If you've come across this in your research, if not, I want to hear your personal opinion. Why do you think fish, mice, and birds aren't protected?
I believe, I do know because I've researched, but it did say on one of the researches I used that they are not used because of how small, I would say small they are, and how little effect they may have on us. For example, we may eat fish, but sometimes they are not used for animal experiments, so it doesn't give them a right to be protected by the AWA.
Oh, so they're not used as often as. Okay, gotcha.
Because we don't have gills, right? That doesn't make sense.
We've talked about it in class, because of course we're all animal lovers. We have pets at home. What do you say to people who say, well, they sacrifice animals in the Bible? How is that not cruel, but the experiments are cruel?
I say that the experiments are cruel because animals, I do believe that animals do have a will and right to live, and God created animals not to be killed, but to be respected, just as God would want us to, or would want animals to respect us. So.
Awesome. Yeah, it's supposed to be a heartbreaking sacrifice, right? Yeah. Excellent. Thank you, brother.
Good job.